Maura, Timmy, Peter, John, Gracie, Patrick, Aiden, and Clara. Today's story is a family favorite when our children were small. Freddie, Freightliner to the rescue. Michael and Brendan particularly liked Freddie Freightliner stories, but we used to read these frequently when our children were small. Your mommies and daddies, aunts and uncles. And I hope you enjoyed this story too. What a beautiful sunny day, thought Freddie. It was cold, but the sky was blue. Freddie was excited. He and Tom were going to a lumber yard in Klamath Falls, Oregon. They would load plywood boards to deliver to Oklahoma City. This was Freddie's first job after leaving the professor's workshop where he learned to talk. After loading Freddie, Tom drove him to a truck stop nearby. They would spend the night there before setting off on their trip. It was colder now. The wind was blowing and the sky had turned gray. "The weather is getting worse," Freddie said to Tom. "Yes," Tom replied. "Snow is on the way." Tom parked Freddie in the truck stop and left his engine running because it was so cold outside. He locked the doors and said goodnight to Freddie. Tom was going to spend the night at the truck stop motel. Freddie found himself parked next to a brown Freightliner. "Hi," he said, in truck talk only trucks can understand. "Cold, isn't it?" "Sure is," said the brown truck. "Where are you going?" Freddie asked. "New York," said the brown truck. "We leave in the morning." "I hope the weather stays clear," said Freddie. "We have to go to Oklahoma City." Just then, snowflakes started to fall, and the wind began to howl. Within an hour, the parking lot was covered with snow. All the trucks were blanketed with white, and the wind was making drifts alongside the buildings. The night passed slowly for Freddie. It snowed harder than ever, and he could barely see across the parking lot. In the morning, Freddie was amazed. Everything was white, and snow was piled up in huge drifts all over the truck stop. Tom came trudging through the drifts and climbed into Freddie's cab. "Good morning, Freddie," he said. "Good morning, Tom," said Freddie. "Are we leaving now?" "No, we can't leave," Tom replied. "All the roads are blocked, and the snow is so deep in places, there's a danger of getting stuck." Suddenly, Tom and Freddie heard a loud noise above them. Clatter, clatter, clatter. "What's that?" Freddie asked. "It's a police helicopter," said Tom. The police have been going up and down the highway looking for stranded vehicles. They say some are completely covered with snow." "Are there people in them?" asked Freddie. "Yes," said Tom. "And if they aren't found soon, they'll surely freeze." It upset Freddie to think of people being stranded in the snow. "Hey, Tom, why don't we go looking for them ourselves?" he suggested. "What good will that do?" "Well," said Freddie, "I could speak to all the cars and trucks and buses." "Well, that's true," said Tom. "Just drive me along the highway and I'll call out to them," Freddie went on. "When we find someone, you can put a red flag in the snow so the police and their helpers can come and dig them out." "What a super idea," said Tom. Special chains were fitted to Freddie's tires so he could drive through the snow. Then Tom and Freddie set off, slipping and sliding through the snow and slush out onto the main highway. As they moved along the highway, Freddie started to call out, "My name is Freddie, Freightliner. If you are stuck and covered with snow, call out to me. I will get help to you." "Help me!" someone cried from under a huge drift of snow at the side of the road. "Who are you?" asked Freddie. "I am a bus. I have 17 people inside, ooh, and they are very cold." "Don't worry," said Freddie. "Help is on the way." Tom placed a red flag at the spot where Freddie heard the voice. More and more voices began to call out to Freddie from under the deep snow. "Help! Help! 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 Help!" Tom put red flags in the drifts above them. Tom called the police on the CB radio, and they soon arrived with lots of helpers carrying shovels. They began to dig wherever they saw a red flag. Soon there was a long line of trucks, buses, and cars following Freddie back to the truck stop. "How could you have found all those people?" the police captain asked Tom. "We searched for hours without any luck." "Well," said Tom, "it was really a friend of mine named Freddie who found them." "I would like to meet Freddie," said the police captain. "I'm afraid you can't," said Tom. "He doesn't want anyone to know who he is. He's just happy that everyone is safe. The next morning, Tom and Freddie stopped for breakfast in Idaho, where it was much warmer. All the newspapers were hailing the unknown hero named Freddie. "I want you to know that you saved a lot of people," Tom said to Freddie. "You're famous, but I can't tell anyone who you really are." "It's all right," said Freddie. "All I ever want to do is help people, and trucks, and cars, and buses. I don't care if they don't know who I am." Maybe the people didn't know it was Freddie who saved them, but you can bet the cars and trucks and buses had no doubt. Freddie saved the day. And now, everybody, for a game. Find the 3 Freddie Freightliner trucks hiding on the side of the road. And now for a little traffic. Hi, Freddie. There are 3 Freddies hiding in this traffic. Maybe beside the road, under a tree, next to a building, way up on the highway. See if you can find 3 blue Freddies. At the very end, the Freddies will do a special effects, so if you haven't found them by then, you'll see them. Lots of traffic. Freddie, where are you? Looking for you, Freddie. Yes, Freddie. I love you, everybody. Keep looking for the Freddies. And at the very end, the 3 Freddies will do a special trick, so you can see them if you haven't found them. In the meantime, love you, love you, love you, everyone. Where are you, Freddie? We hear you. Yes, we do. Time for a trick, Freddie. Do your trick, Freddie. Oh my. There's the trick.